Okay, here we are, Lisa. I'll let everybody guess where we're at. Okay, I guess nobody's going to guess, but we are still in the same podcast studio that we have been for the last 5 or 6 days.
Yeah.
And we are continuing on with our Psalm series as we are on to Psalm 144, marching to the end of this. I'm sure people are excited.
Very excited.
That we are getting, and we have some really good stuff coming up. In fact, we're going to have our own podcast in a year starting next January, right?
Yes.
In 2024.
Yes.
And we're going to have some things in between that as well.
Yes.
So lots of things to look forward to. But I'm Deacon
Including
Dave.
a special Lenten
Series on suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm Deacon Dave.
I'm Layperson Lisa.
Welcome to the Deacon Dave and Layperson Lisa show. Okay, we are on to Psalm 144, so I'm going to give it to Lisa.
Whoa, not that close.
Go ahead, Lisa.
The praise of David himself. I will extol you, O God, my King, and I will bless your name in this time and forever and ever. Throughout every single day, I will bless you, and I will praise your name in this time and forever and ever. The Lord is great and exceedingly praiseworthy, and there is no end to his greatness. Generation after generation will praise your works, and they will declare your power. They will tell of the magnificent glory of your sanctity, and they will discourse of your wonders, and they will talk about the virtue of your terrible acts, and they will describe your greatness. They will shout about the memory of your abundant sweetness, and they will exult in your justice. The Lord is compassionate and merciful, patient, and full of mercy. The Lord is sweet to all things, and his compassion is upon all his works. O Lord, may all your works confess to you, and let your holy ones bless you. They will speak of the glory of your kingdom, and they will declare your power, so as to make known to the sons of your men your power and the glory of your magnificent kingdom. Your kingdom is a kingdom for all ages, and your dominion is with all, from generation to generation. The Lord is faithful in all his words, and holy in all his works. The Lord lifts up all who have fallen down, and he sets upright all who have been thrown down. O Lord, all eyes hope in you, and you provide their food in due time. You open your hand, and you fill every kind of animal with a blessing. The Lord is just in all his ways, and holy in all his works. The Lord is near to all who call upon him. To all who call upon him in truth. He will do the will of those who fear him, and he will heed their supplication and accomplish their salvation. The Lord watches over all who love him, and he will destroy all sinners. My mouth will speak the praise of the Lord, and may all flesh bless his holy name in this time and forever and ever.
So, Lisa, 2 words that stood out to me are greatness and compassion.
Oh, compassion was one of mine too, yeah.
Right, and so the Lord is great, and I think sometimes we forget how exceedingly and abundantly great God is, right? He's like the great of greatness, right? And I think one of the greatest ways that he is in his compassion for us, right? And the mercy that he has for us. And, you know, we have to be willing to enter into allowing the Lord to forgive us, right? And to not diminish our sin as if it's insignificant or it's not important or that it's not a transgression against the Lord himself. Right? We get into that false sense of security of telling ourselves, well, it's not that bad, or it's not that, which gets us back into the darkness of the world, right? Instead of really leaning into the Lord's compassion, not so we don't go to hell, but because we love God, because he is great. What are your thoughts, Lisa?
Well, when you're talking about greatness, then I was kind of thinking of like how often we don't really recognize or really don't appreciate like the power that God has. Like sometimes we hold on to things and try to do them ourselves. I don't know, maybe because we don't think that God it's we don't want to bother God with it, or we don't want to we don't think that he'll overcome it, or whatever struggle it is that help us overcome it, whatever struggle it is. But like God is so great and so big that he can do anything, and he we don't want to bother God with this little itty bitty thing, but he can handle lots of itty bitty little struggles or problems because of his greatness. So oh, well, this person's problem is so much greater than mine. I don't want to bother God with this, but we should give him all that is going on with us, and not lose hope, because he is all powerful and can do whatever miraculous things that we might not really recognize on a daily basis. But
I think there's no greater reminder of God's greatness than just what we've seen while we've been here in South Africa, right? The immensity and the beauty of some of the places we've been, just, being on the water, being up on some of the mountains we've been in, overlooking just in this one little tiny part of the world how big God's creation is in everything that he's done. So I think this trip is certainly reminding me of the Lord's greatness, right? And the fact that we got to go to Reconciliation to receive his compassion while we were in South Africa was also quite a beautiful experience as well. So any other thoughts from you, Lisa?
Well, I think that we're also called, like you mentioned, the word compassion. I think compassion, a lot of times we're not, we often don't practice compassion. We kind of just want to do things in a more selfish way, I think. But compassion is something that we can grow in, that we can ask for the gift of, so that we can kind of grow in, I guess, empathy with others, and kind of be there for them in, because compassion, like we've said before, means to suffer with. Yeah. So, yeah.
Very good. All right. Well, that sounds like a good episode. I'm Deacon Dave.
I'm layperson Lisa.
See you next time.
Ahoy.
Still not used to that.